The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, Sandy Vicani, Insurance Agency Marketing. I head up the Life Division here at IAMS, and just wanted to say thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule on this Friday morning to attend a webinar with Corey Martin and myself with Sagicor. Such a great company to look at and do business with. Before I turn it over to Corey, there are a few housekeeping items that I want to get through, and then we'll start our webinar. So with IAMS here, we have something called an IAMS Business Builder, and what that is when you refer an agent over to IAMS and they contract with us, you receive $50 for that contracted agent. When that same agent writes or places business with IAMS, you get 20 basis points on each piece of placed business from that agent, whether it's life, annuity, MedSup, long-term care, combination thereof. That is indefinite. As long as that agent's placing business, you get that 20 basis point override. That does not come out of your commission. It does not come out of that agent's commission. That comes from IAMS as a thank you. For all agents, we have something called a marketing reimbursement account. And what that is we put in $100 in for every $100,000 of placed premium. So think of that marketing reimbursement account almost like a business savings account. And what you're going to do is, again, each $100,000, we put in $100, that builds, it continues to grow. You never lose it. It carries on year after year. When you are ready to submit a business invoice, if you purchased a computer or a seminar program, whatever the case may be, submit that invoice. We pay up to 50% of that, or up to that amount that's available there in your account. For our new agents who are contracted with us in their first 6 months of doing business, we have something called a new producer builder. And what that is for every $100,000 of placed business, whether that's life, annuity, MedSup, long-term care, a combination thereof, if you place $100,000 in your first 6 months, you can choose a 2-year producer website that we create and manage for you, or you can choose a $750 cash bonus. If you like to hold off because you think, gosh, I'm going to place $300,000 of business with IAMS my first 6 months, you can choose a $2,000 deposit in that marketing reimbursement account I just spoke about, a $1,500 gift card, or a Social Security program and 3,000-piece mailing. If you'd like to hold off and you think, gosh, I'm going to go gangbusters here in my first 6 months and place a $500,000 with IAMS, you can choose a 4,000-piece mailing and seminar coaching with a top producer of ours, Dave Pimper, a 5,000-piece mailing and seminar coaching with another top producer of ours, Matt Gill, or you can choose my favorite, and I'll say it until I can no longer say it, is a Ritz-Carlton Travel Rewards getaway where you plan your own travel destination. We think it's really important here at IAMS to provide strong back office support to help you save time. And we do that from the very beginning by setting you up on paperless contracting. So you fill out contracting paperwork, one time, send it in. We set you up electronically so you don't have to fill out any additional paperwork in the future. We do case design assistance, we do forms, we run life and annuity quotes. Real important out of all this is that submission to commission. And what I mean by that is when you submit a piece of business to us, we scan the application, we look over it to make sure we scrub it, make sure nothing's missing from it, order any exams that we need to the same day, give you a call, let you know that we do have the app, get any information that we are missing from you and submit it to the carrier. And then we watch that case, and we're physically touching that case every 3 days. We're looking at it, calling the carrier to make sure this stays on track, issued and placed out the door as quickly as possible to get you paid your commission. Our creative team, just outstanding. If you've seen our newsletters, our Life and Annuity Academy book, gosh, the webinars here, our website, they have a hand in all of that. Whether you're speaking to Jacob, Sean, or Aaron, you can have them work with you on different flyouts or flyers and logo designs, any brochures, personal website if you have one that needs refreshed or you don't have one, that we can create and manage that for you. Any online newsletters or newsletters that you would like mailed. Social media, that's so big right now. So if you see those ads on Facebook and you like to figure out, gosh, how can I get my name out there? How can I get my agency out there? We can help you with that. So please give them a call. They'll be more than happy to assist you in what you might need. Talking about our website is a great tool. It's available 24/7. This is where when you call and you ask for term or UL quotes, this is where we go. If this is where you need forms, this is where we go. So it's www.iamsinc.com. Again, you're able to pull forms, you can run quotes, you can look at current industry links and news. Our annuity grid, if you want to know who the top 5 MYGA annuity carriers are, they're out there for you. Our webinar schedule, you click on training and you can go to webinars. You can see what's coming up, and then you can also pull up our recorded webinars. If you're searching for if you're searching for E&O, and you want to quote on that, we have a link for you to do that as well. And then our sales resource library, which is a nice tool to have. It'll give you short 2 to 3 minute educational videos, whether it's on income riders for annuities or, gosh, if you're looking at buy, sell, or key man, great tool the website does have. So if you're not registered, I strongly suggest you get registered. If you'd like help with that, I'll be more than happy to help you. So we'll do this. Our Life and Annuity Academy, I'll put out a poll question on this. Gosh, we're industry recognized for our Life and Annuity Academy. We draw agents from all over the United States. By checking yes on this, by the way, is just stating that you want more information. We pay for the training. Our next academy is May 8th through the 10th. That'll be in Des Moines, Iowa. We'll pay for your airfare, lodging, meals. It's a 2-day training, again, where we bring agents from all over the United States. We have top producers that will be our key speakers. They will go over indexed annuities. We'll talk about different industry threats and trends and how to overcome client objection. Any seminar systems in your region, whether, what works best. Is it coffee and cookies? In a library, or is it a more formal sit-down seminar? A large life case marketing with single premium life, infinite banking. We go over different business insurance concepts, wealth transfer tools. Again, we have over 1,000 agents register. We choose between 35 and 40. It is a great opportunity to meet agents from all over the United States and talk to them and find out what's working for them and what you can do to try to integrate that into your system. And then in addition to having wonderful commissions and great incentives from carriers, we here thought at IAMS needed to offer an incentive to agents and guests. And so what we have is our 2019 Marketing Summit. That is August 25th through the 29th of 2019, and it is going to be in just beautiful Naples, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton. You just can't get better than that. It's just stunning. We want everyone, as many people, to attend as possible, so we have long invitational periods. We go January 1st, 2018, all the way through June 30th, 2019. If you and a guest would like to attend, the only way you're able to is to get contracted with us, write and place business, and you can do that with a combination of $3 million in annuity premium, $1.5 million in Medicare SEP premium, $2.25 in single premium life, $250,000 in life target premium, or $600,000 in long-term care premium. So again, if you would love to attend, you still have plenty of time. Just give me a call. Let me know what questions you have. I'll get those answered for you. So what I'm going to do right now is switch this over to Corey Martin, and he is with, for some reason, it seems like we may have lost him. Corey, can you hear me? So let me see, one moment here. I'm going to call and make sure we get him on the line so he can go over the great opportunities with Sagicor.
Yeah, okay, there you go, Corey. We're good? That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Terrific. Thank you all very much for your time and attention this morning. My name's Corey Martin. I'm the regional sales manager with Sagicor. I'm based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Also on the call with me is my internal sales specialist. Her name is Chris Veal. She's located in Oklahoma City. So thank you again for your time and attention. And Sandy, what some terrific opportunities to do business with IAMS and be rewarded for it. I've got Ritz-Carlton on the brain at this point. So thank you for that.
Corey, I'm going to interrupt real quick here because I don't see your screen. So we may be having some technical difficulties on seeing your screen.
Let's see.
Is there a way that maybe Chris or someone could click on the link where it says presenter and click on that screen so we can change presenters and see your screen?
Let's see, Sandy. Yeah, I am. Bear with me one second. Do you see my screen at this point?
No, I don't see your screen. So Corey, what we're going to do is we're still going to have this webinar. We're going to send you a link for you to be the presenter so I can just switch screens and we can see the amazing opportunities that Sagicor has to offer. But in the meantime, if either Chris or you can kind of talk about maybe the history of Sagicor until we get that pulled up, that would be great.
Absolutely. What I'm excited to talk to you all about this morning is about single premium whole life insurance and specifically what Sagicor is doing in the marketplace. So what I'd like to do is kind of define the opportunity and some of the challenges of where in the industry single premium can fit a well-designed life insurance and overall financial plan. The extreme expenses surrounding long-term care and the possibilities of long-term care, helping you all position the conversation with your client regarding single premium, where single premium whole life insurance fits. We're going to talk about a very specific case study, an actual case, husband and wife case that Sagicor did place. And then we're going to also talk about the process of submitting an application. Once your client says yes, you've got an opportunity to move forward. What does that look like in submitting business with Sagicor? We're also going to talk about and summarize with marketing opportunities. Where are the marketing opportunities for you Who can you talk to about this opportunity? What does it entail? How can you get in front of more people and tell the story that you want to tell? Having said that, let's just talk through the opportunity itself of the in the marketplace. There are currently 1 in 5 Americans will be over the age of 65 by 2030. So basically, the Americans over age 65 will double between now and then. That's a significant number of people that we have the opportunity to talk with. And what I'd like to frame the conversation of, these single premium products, don't view them as an expense. Your client shouldn't view them as an expense. It should be looked at as an asset allocation. So when framing the conversation, we're going to talk about allocating assets. About 70% of Americans that are over age 65 are going to need long-term care. Those are actual facts from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. But only 5% have long-term care insurance. And of those 5%, long-term care insurance is not being sold as a tool any longer, simply because of the fact that when actuaries built those products years ago, there was not a lot of history of how they should be priced. And as many of us know, those prices have gone up exponentially for long-term care insurance. So there's different alternatives, there's different options that insurance companies have created to address that concern. I don't know how many of you have had experience with Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's in a family can be absolutely devastating. It's been in my family, and those numbers are expected to the people with Alzheimer's are expected to grow by over 50% in the next 20 years. So very challenging times for all of us, but there are solutions available, and that's what we'll talk through this morning.
How are you doing on that, Corey, on getting in as a presenter?
Yeah, as from where I am, Sandy, I am being shown as a presenter. So the feedback I'm getting is that I'm actually on as a presenter.
Okay, because it's not letting me change it. So keep on talking, and I'll grab our people and see what we can do, okay?
You got it. Yes, ma'am. So as life expectancies continue to grow, the need for care is going to continue to grow, obviously. So estimates now, according to industry specialists, that 7 in 10 Americans that are 65 or older will require care for an average of 3 years. And if you've not investigated the cost of care is absolutely staggering. And we'll talk through some of those numbers here just in just a second. So let's talk about briefly care recipients. Care recipients are getting younger. So the number of people requiring care that are 65 and younger is actually growing. What does that mean for you and your client? Is that as that younger demographic is requiring more and more care, well, who do you think that the caregivers are of those individuals? It's the elder children, who are typically in their most productive earning years. And myself as a parent, I certainly don't want to think about my children having to take care of me when they're in their prime earning years. That's a challenge that needs to be addressed across the industry. So interestingly enough, over 80% of care recipients in 2010 were 65 or older. That percentage has continued to decrease and is currently about 60% that were older than age 65. So the need for care is really becoming a younger issue. So for the care recipient, as that individual gets younger, the person that provides the care is becoming younger as well. Under age 54, nearly 60% of caregivers are under age 54 with an average age of 46. That tells me, again, that as an individual that is near retirement, I have an opportunity to take care of myself through insurance products, making sure that I don't put the burden of care on my children who are in their prime earning years. So what do the costs look like? So I don't know if anyone has investigated care. The costs are absolutely staggering. For an assisted living, and these are typical numbers provided by Genworth in 2016. The average cost of an assisted living facility is $43,000 a year, or $3,600 a month. That is from where I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There are assisted living facilities that are popping up everywhere, and they are impressive. They are marble floors, all the appointed amenities. $43,000 is a small number comparatively when looking at current assisted living facilities. For semi-private and private rooms, those costs can close in on $100,000 a year. Those are pretty staggering figures, and that money has got to come from somewhere. On the flip side, many of today's consumers who are older are feeling feeling better about their prospects in the marketplace. They're feeling more confident about what's happening in the marketplace. And interestingly enough, they also, as research bears out from a number of industry experts, that Americans are continuing to delay retirement. So when they're continuing to delay retirement, they're looking at the need for living longer. Life expectancies are increasing. A majority of wealthy Americans are sitting on cash. So that tells me there's a huge opportunity for investable assets, cash alternatives, being asset allocated into some type of single premium product that can provide those living benefits of long-term care. As a matter of fact, 56% of wealthy Americans have what they would consider a substantial amount of cash that's on the sidelines. A small percentage plan to invest in the next couple of months. Almost 60% of those individuals plan to invest in the next 2 years. So they're looking for suggestions, they're looking for opportunities, they're looking for solutions. So we should be talking to them. Having said that, you can think of single premium life as a what if product. What if I need access to cash? Well, if you need access to cash, if I need care, if I pass away, those dollars are being allocated potentially into a product that is multitasking. Those dollars can multitask for those clients.
Hey, Corey, interrupt real quick. You should,
Sure.
Just so people can see the screen, you should be able to click on something that says show your screen. I think people are able to shortly be able to see. Perfect. Can you see that as well, Corey?
I've got it.
Awesome.
There we go. So everyone can see you can see my screen now.
We're doing great. Yes.
Outstanding. Technical difficulties averted. That's great.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So as we discussed, today's consumer is elder consumer is feeling better about their prospects moving forward. Keeping cash on the sidelines is prevalent in today's marketplace. There's a lot of idle assets. 56% of Americans agree that they're sitting on substantial, what they would consider substantial amounts of cash. That's an opportunity for us to talk about options, talk about multitasking of dollars, talking about where those assets can be better allocated. As I'd mentioned, again, single premium life, think of it as a what-if product. It gives you options. It allows you access, leverage, and control as a consumer to not have to put the burden of care on your children, and to absolutely re-energize those assets to have them multitask for you. So let's talk through an actual case study we did at Sagicor. This is actually a live case for us. We've got John and Beth, both 65 years old. What's intriguing here about Beth has experience with her mother having passed away, living with dementia for 10 years. That is, more and more individuals have. I was surprised to find out how much experience there is with agents, with potential clients, with clients, somebody that's been affected in their past with dementia, with some type of care. That's an important part of the conversation because it's so prevalent in today's society. Liquid net worth assets for the couple of $1.7 million, including $1 million in 401k assets, $600,000 of investment account assets, and $100,000 in savings. Potentially, the $600,000 was what we had earmarked as opportunity of cash or cash alternatives of what we could potentially utilize to reposition those assets and use them more effectively. And the concerns of John and Beth were leaving a legacy for their children and their grandchildren, but they were concerned about the cost associated with healthcare. So let's look at what we ended up doing for both for Beth and John. As you can see, the numbers bear out for a single premium for Beth, single premium for John of $100,000 each. Magnified the first year death benefit of $186,000 for Beth and $166,000 for John. So God forbid if something were to happen to them in the first year, the family would be taken, the beneficiaries would be taken care of for $186,000 and $166,000 concurrently. Where also if death does not occur and the living benefits need to be triggered at some point, you've got a guaranteed chronic illness benefit of $4,800 a month for Beth and almost $4,300 a month for John. So you're looking at nearly, with some quick math, $9,000 of cumulative benefit monthly that can be used for chronic benefit paid out over a 33-month period. You're talking about nearly $300,000 of total income that's available through the reallocation into a single premium product here. Our global index strategy with a 65% participation rate, we're assuming 100% allocation into that very productive index strategy, which we'll talk about here in a minute. The best thing about all of this, guaranteed return of premium in both cases from day one. So let's talk about some of the detail here specifically when we talk about our fixed index single premium whole life. We do have it. If you're not familiar with our Accelewriting process, our Accelewriting process is an automated underwriting system that Sagicor has built, where basically you submit an application via e-app, and ages 18 to 85, we will make a decision it's again automated, does not require a paramed, does not require a telephone interview, is available at standard non-tobacco and standard tobacco rates. It makes it simple for you and your client, once that client has transitioned to, yes, this is something I'm interested to move forward with, what's the next step? Take an e-application, submit it through our Accelewriting process with an immediate bonus of 10%, which is huge. Immediate bonus from day one, guaranteed return of premium from day one, 3 different crediting strategies, a declared rate portfolio strategy. We have an S&P cap strategy, or what I love, the global index par strategy with an annual point-to-point. The chronic illness rider is added at no additional cost. The trigger for the chronic care, 2 of 6 ADLs, and that, again, the claims process is even more simple. So we'll talk about that here in a moment as well. So again, just summarizing the interest crediting strategies, the tobacco, non-tobacco rates that are available, highlighting the immediate bonus, an extra 10% bump. So in the case with John and Beth, 100,000 would turn into 100,000, $110,000 immediately. So again, opportunity to grow those assets and provide care. Let's just look briefly at the crediting strategies available. There are 3. In the fixed index single premium whole life space, we offer the declared rate strategy, which is currently 3.5, an S&P 500 index with a cap currently of 7, and our global look back advantage of 65% par. So there are opportunities for yields and returns with this product as well. So the Accelewriting Advantage, again, what we underwrite these products based on net amount at risk. So net amount at risk is the difference between the single premium and the initial death benefit. In the case of John and Beth, a $100,000 deposit would buy $186,000 on Beth. We will underwrite for the net amount at risk of $86,000. So again, no paramed, no telephone interview, a potentially very quick underwriting decision, and we underwrite it based on the net amount at risk based on the ages that you see here. So again, no maximum. You can send, if a client's got $1 million that they want to allocate into something of this nature, absolutely, we can take it. We will take it. There is full underwriting available for any net amount at risk outside of the parameters that you see right here. So what about the chronic claims process? That's even more simple. This is not a reimbursement plan. This is an indemnity plan, which is a very big differentiator. If be aware of and be educated on exactly what a reimbursement plan can be. That is having to be reimbursed for the expense of that cost of care when you're in the middle of it is not something to want to put your clients into lightly. So this is an indemnity payment plan. You can take the lesser of $250,000 or an amount equal to the death benefit minus $25,000. We leave that $25,000 so that we leave the policy in force to be passed to the beneficiaries. So whatever amount is elected will be paid out in 33 equal installments. Again, this can be powerful in the scheme of what does a well-designed financial plan look like. The lump sum, if they opt for that option, is 90% of the amount that's requested. The process is very simple. There's a one-time $250 administrative fee that'll be deducted from that amount. You fill out the claim form once, and you're on your way. So it's a very simple claim process as well. So if we think about in terms of a single premium whole life product being a what if solution, this could potentially leave a legacy to children and your future grandkids with guaranteed death benefits. The just in case, oh, by the way, return a premium from day one. Again, access, leverage, and control. Chronic illness benefits. If they're unable, John or Beth are unable to perform 2 of 6 ADLs, those benefits are available to you as well. My experience with working with clients, working with agents, is financial peace of mind comes from preparation. And if I'm prepared and I understand what I'm doing, I feel prepared, that takes a great deal of stress out of my life. Also, the downside protection of an index-linked strategy with an immediate 10% premium bonus. Opportunities to grow assets, in a way where we're providing upside, but we're also providing downside protection. That, coupled with the Accelewriting, no fluids, no telephone interview, nothing from that perspective to help your case go sideways and to inconvenience your client in any way, shape, or form. So let's just talk about where some of the opportunity might lay. Obviously, there's you think about lazy assets, you think about CDs, you think about checking accounts, you're thinking about savings accounts, bond funds. If your clients are looking to protect their assets, ask them where their protected assets are lying now. Oftentimes, you're going to find that they go down to the local bank, they go down to the local lending institution because they put $10,000 in a CD because they got a new toaster that week, or whatever the case might be. Those assets can be put to better use. They can be investigated. They can be asked about. Find out where those dollars are, where those dollars are being placed. Did you also deal with somebody who's got an inheritance with a parent that's experienced a need for care? What are your clients' preconceived notions about what care is, or what potentially their history with care has been, with maybe taking care of a parent? Hopefully you've seen some reasons to go back to your book of business and talk to your clients about potentially multitasking financial solutions. Are your dollars working for you in 2 or 3 different ways, or just one? And there's no additional certification needed. If you're licensed as an insurance agent, you can present these solutions straight away. And another that's not listed here that we're seeing more and more prevalently is on your client reviews. Review what they currently have in permanent life insurance products. Do they have old underperforming UL, VUL, IUL, whole life policies that are underperforming, not performing? Are there assets in those policies that could potentially be 1035 into something that can provide multi-levels of care? I would encourage you, look through some of those opportunities, challenge your clients to show you what they've got. If you need help, we would be more than happy to be an asset for you to investigate those opportunities with your clients moving forward. So in the time allotted, I just want to thank you for your time and attention. And Sandy, that wraps up what we're trying to accomplish today. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but if there's any questions, we'll be happy to open that up to the floor. So thank you.
So what I'm going to do is just switch screens real quick, and while we answer questions, put out the last poll question, which is, would you like to get contracted with Sagicor? So Sagicor is a great A-rated carrier. Correct, Corey? What's the rating for Sagicor?
We are an A- rated carrier, yes, and we're real briefly, Sandy, just to answer your question about Sagicor, we are probably one of the best kept secrets in the life insurance industry. Carrier started in 1840. So one of the largest and or one of the oldest insurance carriers in the world. So we're not new to the life insurance business or the annuity business at all. Been around a very long time. Teams in Tampa, Florida, and Scottsdale, Arizona, to handle your questions, your concerns, and handle your business. So again, thank you.
So we have a question. I don't know if you'll understand this question. It says guaranteed return of premium less claims is what they're asking.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. And then again, if you want to get contracted with Sagicor, you just check yes, and we'll get you contracted. If you're already set up on our paperless contracting system, we'll get you contracted. If not, then I'll send you out the contracting paperwork. Corey, you did just such a great job. Sagicor is a company that does such great work, whether it is a single premium life or whether you're looking at your traditional term or UL products. So if you're not contracted, you need to get contracted with them. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Corey, I greatly appreciate it. Everyone who attended the webinar will get a recorded version of this. I'll send that out later on today. I'll also contact each and every one of you to find out what additional questions that you may have, run any quotes that you may need. Again, this is Sandy Vacanti with IAMS, and I head up the Life Division here. And Corey and everyone, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. I hope everyone has a very safe, healthy, and happy weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sandy. My pleasure.